This week's e-video message is all about intensity. Now, when you mention the word intensity, some people go, I love intensity, because they're intense people. Other people, though, are intimidated by intensity. And they think of it as, when you're an intense person, it's like this is a tense situation. But that's not what we mean today when we talk about intensity. We're going to break it down as an acronym. And we're going to start out with the first letter, which is I, which stands for intentions. What are your intentions? Whenever you start something, it's important to know what your intentions are. Because if you don't have good intentions, if you don't have intentions of finishing, why get started? So knowing your intentions in advance whenever you start anything is very important. The next letter is the N. It stands for now. So many times we focus on the past, which wastes a lot of time, and we spend too much time thinking about the future, and therefore we don't get things done now. You got to do things now in order to get to the future. The next letter is T, for tenacity. You got to have tenacity. You got to be tenacious. And one of the things that's going on right now is the World Cup. If you've watched any of the soccer matches, you'd be amazed at the tenacity. They're getting after it. They want it really bad. So you got to be tenacious. The next one's an E. You know what it stands for? Energy. Nothing moves without energy. Think about it. What if there was no energy on the planet? Everything would be stopped. We couldn't even exist. Well, it's the same thing with everything we do. All of us have energy. Are you using it? The next letter is N. That stands for non-stop. See, a lot of people stop and go, stop and go. You can't get momentum doing that. You've got to have non-stop motion. You've got to be consistent with whatever it is you're doing to get the result you're looking for. The next letter is S, for satisfaction. You got to satisfy yourself in terms of what you're doing. See, when you're hungry, you go satisfy your hunger. And you also have to be getting satisfaction out of it, because that'll make you want to continue to do it. The next letter is an I, for intrigue. See, when you're intrigued about something, it keeps you focused. When you're intrigued about something, it keeps you learning and growing and getting better, because you want to know everything you can about what you're doing. And of course, knowing more about what you're doing is going to help you do better at what you're doing. The next letter is T, for trust. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust the decision you made, whatever it is. But if you don't trust yourself, which means you question yourself. And when you're questioning yourself, that certainly isn't getting you where you want to be. You got to trust your course and stay on it. And the last letter is Y, and that's for yearning. You have to have a yearning desire for the success you want. So next time you think about intensity, think about it from that standpoint. And I can guarantee you that there's things that you've succeeded in the past, and believe it or not, those are the things you did to get there. Well, use it again. Think of it in that way. And so go out there and use intensity to be successful in your life. We'll see you next week.